feel strange. What's the matter with me? Nigel rubbed his eyes. He had been putting in a lot of late nights deciphering the code on Peter's computer. Jet was right. He deserved a break. But when he opened his eyes, he wasn't at his computer. Jet was gone, and the world was missing. He couldn't tell where he was. He shivered as an icy breeze touched his face. Nigel couldn't see anything. He was blindfolded. Where am I? Jet, did we lose power or something? Nigel said. Something pushed him forward. He tried to resist, but the effort was futile. Then someone tied his hands behind his back. The sudden movement seemed to move the blindfold. He thought he could make out some dark shapes. Something scratched his arm. A sacrifice is in order, me lord, a gruff voice said. Sacrifice? Who the hell are you people? People? We not like you, human. Then who the hell are you? Bakdor the Great, or I will be, once I turn in the bounty on your head, human. Now move. Another push. You may approach the altar, a strong, commanding voice said. Bakdor dragged him, then threw him to the ground. It was icy cold. Nigel scraped a knuckle, and the warm sensation of blood dripped across his fingers. You may remove his bindings and blindfold. Are you sure, my lord? Bakdor said. A moment later, someone untied Nigel's restraints. He couldn't believe what he saw. It was like the game had transported him into a movie set. A giant troll of a man sat before him. Nigel estimated his height was at least 7 feet. His arms were the size of one of Nigel's thighs, and his head was massive. He looked like a cross between an oversized pig and a professional wrestler. His face was the most disturbing. In addition to the many scars that crisscrossed his face, he had a giant nose ring. Are you Nige the Wicked? The giant pig man said. Huh? Nigel asked. Yes, he's the one responsible for the deaths of so many innocents in Perosia, Bakdor said as he stuttered out the last few words. The giant pig man threw a rather large sack in the air. Nigel had to duck to avoid getting hit. Nigel looked to see another shorter, but no less grotesque, pig-like creature catch the sack, and then he made it disappear into his robes. Take him away, the larger pigman said. Before Nigel could say anything, darkness engulfed him as the sack was pulled down, and he was dragged away by some unseen force. Hello? Earth to Nigel? You there? Jet said. Nigel was back in his loft. The login screen showing the altar was gone. Instead, the login screen showing the portal was prominently displayed. Yeah, I'm here, Nigel said. Jet gave him a wary look. Where did you go? You totally zoned out for a moment. What happened to your hand? Nigel looked at his hand. It looked like he had scraped it against a brick wall. Strange. I'll be back, Nigel said, as he headed toward the bathroom. Jet and April were already inside the game. Jet had a full set of VR gear and was usually lost to the world when she was in game mode. If the full VR goggles and gloves weren't bad enough, Pretzelverse had sent her a prototype of a full-body suit that resembled a high-tech wetsuit. This gear allowed her to control aspects of the game without using a traditional keyboard and mouse. She seemed to be having a fun time, based on the laughter and other bemused sounds she was making. Nigel's interface to the colossal machine was basic. He wore a pair of AR glasses with a built-in speaker and microphone combination. Jet had given him her old sensory suit that sent some sensations to the player if they got hit. It wasn't very good, but he liked being aware that someone was hitting him. Nigel hated the visual indicators because they were distracting. He preferred controlling his character by old-school methods. He didn't mind, but the amount of keystroke combinations required became tedious.